I stared at the dim kitchen, the lone bulb flickering as if it too questioned its existence. The keyboard clattered under my fingers, the laptop screen casting a bluish glow over the cramped room. My savings had dwindled to desperate levels, every bill a looming specter in my mind. My fingers hovered over the trackpad, a long sigh escaping me, carrying away fragments of my dwindling hope. The Craigslist ad for a quick cash sleep study blinked at me, a beacon in the stormy sea of my thoughts. I have nothing to lose, I muttered, filling out the form despite the internal murmur of doubts. With a decisive snap, I shut the laptop, the finality echoing like a judge's gavel in the silence. The distant wail of sirens drifted through the cracked window, the city's restless heartbeat. My eyes caught the edge of a photo taped on the fridge. My family, all smiles, a stark juxtaposition to my current turmoil. I traced the dent on the laptop's lid, a habit grounding me momentarily in the present. The stormy draft slipped through, carrying a metallic tang that mingled with the cold of the countertop seeping into my skin. Just 1 week, I thought, eyes flickering back to the ad. Each path felt shrouded in fog, yet I needed to choose, for my family, if not myself. The facility loomed, a dilapidated giant in the industrial park's wasteland. My footsteps echoed, amplified in the desolate surroundings. A shifty man pushed open the door, his eyes darting. Inside, the sterile quiet was unsettling. A shiver coursed through me. This place felt wrong. Just one more job, I reassured myself, squashing the anxiety gnawing at my insides. The wind whistled mournfully, shadows stretching long and menacing across the cracked concrete. The waiting area was a tableau of twitching nerves. A woman muttered, "The numbers, they don't make sense," her eyes darting to corners unseen. A strange chill skittered down my spine, as if invisible fingers brushed my neck. The fluorescent light above buzzed angrily, compounding my tension. I wondered why this room felt more like a holding cell than a venue for answers. Desperation, I thought, is a powerful lure. But what kind of trap have we walked into? The question lingered, a ghostly whisper in an already haunted space. A stern nurse led me to a room, her demeanor a mix of authority and routine. "You must stay locked in during sleep cycles," she insisted. Trepidation grew as I stepped inside the plain clinical room, the click of the lock resonating ominously. Locked in? I mused, disbelief mingling with panic. The antiseptic scent pierced my nostrils, lights buzzing incessantly overhead. What had I gotten into? The loneliness of the room crept in, stoking fears of entrapment. The room was sparse, a camera blinking red in the corner. I inspected the thin mattress, imagining a week in this cell. The heavy door's lock was a reminder of my containment. My fingers trembled as I ran a hand through my hair, pacing the small space. Could I endure this surveillance? The walls seemed to close in, shadows dancing with each flicker of the dim bulb. Regret gnawed at my decision, whispers suggesting I had made a grave mistake. Awakening abruptly, sweat-drenched, flashes of numbers and voices haunted me. Disoriented, I gripped my head, the fluorescent light blinding. The antiseptic tang and metallic taste in my mouth were overpowering. What just happened? I croaked, the room spinning slightly. My mind, fogged by fatigue, clung to the fleeting fragments of an unsettling dream. Was this induced, or was I losing my grip on reality? The room felt like a cage, buzzing with hidden intentions. In the lounge, whispers and anxious faces surrounded me. A man mumbled about processing. Clutching a coffee cup, I counted potential escape routes, feeling like an outsider. The metallic tang of fear lingered, compounded by the flickering lights. We're sinking in the same ship, I thought, suspicion creeping in. Was I an intruder in my own narrative? The fear of being ensnared in an inescapable trap tightened its grip on me. I stumbled upon a door marked "Authorized Personnel Only." Heart pounding, I grazed its surface, curious yet wary. Peering through the window, machines hummed ominously. What's behind this door? I wondered, sensing a pivotal truth lurked beyond. The air crackled with tension, a prelude to revelations that could unravel everything. Was I risking too much by seeking answers? The door's unseen promise of understanding pulled me irresistibly closer. Night fell, shadows creeping. Footsteps and whispers alarmed me. The chill draft whispered through the room, brushing my skin. Each sound felt like a threat, each shadow a potential predator. Am I dreaming? I questioned, blanket clutched tightly. The oppressive silence was punctuated by an owl's distant call, a reminder of isolation. The room seemed alive, intent on unsettling my already fragile psyche. Sleep was elusive, chased away by specters of doubt. During a break, scanning the chaotic jumble of equipment, I pieced together the experiment's grim purpose. The room's oppressive air and graffiti, they burn us from within, chilled me. Confronting Carl, desperation edged my voice. What are we really doing here? I demanded. His haunted eyes spoke louder than words. Were we mere cattle for slaughter in their game? Each uncovered truth painted a deeper shade of betrayal, highlighting our expendability. Carl's fear was palpable, eyes darting, voice a trembling whisper. "They're mining us," he confessed. The note he handed was damp with sweat, etching fear deeper in my mind. Our silence was heavy, only punctuated by ragged breaths. Is escape an illusion? I questioned. The walls seemed to close in, hope suffocating under the weight of looming dread. Each passing second left less room for dreams of freedom. Sneaking a peek inside the room as guards passed, I saw beds with gauges, numbers failing like a fatal algorithm. Shivers ran down my spine as I clung to the doorframe. Were the numbers counting down to our inevitable fate? The machines were death traps, and we were mere data points. Each glimpse into the abyss revealed more of the chilling reality we were trapped within. Could I dismantle this system before it consumed us? Chance brought me face to face with Dr. Nash. His indifference underlined our insignificance. "You're playing God with us," I accused, voice trembling with defiance. Your sacrifice leads to discoveries, he replied, his smirk a cruel reminder of our expendability. The thought of being trapped in his web was suffocating. How many lives had he justified as collateral? I had to leave, but each path seemed blocked by shadows of his influence, mocking my desperation. I retrieved a badge from a distracted nurse, murmuring, "Just this once." Sneaking into a control room, I scanned dim screens revealing the facility's broadcasts. The sight sent a shiver down my spine. "This is bigger than I thought," I whispered. The facility's reach was vast, shadows twisting familiar faces. Could I stop the network before it was too late? The enormity of the task weighed heavily on me. Typing frantically, I triggered a controlled shutdown, sweat trickling down my brow. In the brief darkness, I downloaded incriminating footage. "We're getting out!" I relayed in cryptic messages, urgency and hope in every word. Shadows in the hallway dared me to falter, but I pressed on. Timing was critical. Failure was not an option. Could I orchestrate this under their noses? The fate of everyone rested on my shoulders. With determination, I applied the badge, wiping sweat from my brow. Alarms surged, adrenaline igniting a rush. A split-second decision sent me into action, ducking into a shadowed alcove. I slipped undetected, chaos echoing behind. The shutdown was a last resort, I thought, each step a gamble. What if my plan failed, and we were trapped forever? The consequences of failure gnawed at my resolve. I motioned others to follow, heart pounding. A security officer narrowly missed me with a baton. Reaching the fire exit, dawn's light hit my face, lungs gulping fresh air. This isn't over until we're safe, I thought. How long could freedom last? Trusting each other was a gamble. Each stride was a reminder of the stakes, desperation sharpening our resolve. Could I lead us all to safety? "This is our moment," Stan shouted, breaking the heavy silence. "We deserve sunset outside," he insisted, unity flickering among us. Heads turned towards him, seeking comfort. Frantic nods agreed. Hope was fragile, yet tangible. Stan's words echoed, each carrying the burden of leadership. Could he guide us? Hope flickered like a distant star, barely illuminating the path to safety. Unity was our strength, born of desperation. I raced, sliding on the slick floor. "It's got to be here," I insisted, desperation sharpening my voice. Stumbling, I caught myself against the wall, clearing the haze. Freedom frightened hope. Uncertainty loomed large. Each breath a countdown, I thought. Failure meant never seeing the sun again. Was I too late, chasing a mirage? Each moment felt like a gamble, one I couldn't afford to lose. Sprinting onto empty streets, footsteps echoed against asphalt. An industrial crane loomed overhead, silhouettes stark against the twilight. A clatter made us flinch, but it was just a stray cat. Sirens brought irony to our lips, freedom within reach. Is this an end or a beginning? I wondered. Fear kept us sharp, but beneath turmoil lay resolve. Each stride carried the weight of desperation and the flicker of hope for a life beyond chaos. Facing Nash, escape seemed impossible. "You won't stop," I yelled, raising evidence. His eyes darted nervously, calculating risks. Desperate, he lunged, but led to captivity. As I sidestepped, calmness belied urgency. Anticipation mingled with dread, I thought. Would exposing Nash bring closure or open a darker chapter? Doubt gnawed at me. What if this backfired? The burden of responsibility was heavy, but I pressed on. Authorities arrived, sealing the site. I watched, unflinching, as blue lights flashed. Justice was served with the familiar click of handcuffs. Machinery dismantled noisily, memories of suffering laid bare. The chaos was loud, sirens a redemptive tune. I wondered, was this truly the end, or just a pause in our nightmare? Survival danced with hope, a cruel partner. Uncertainty loomed. Normality was an illusion just out of reach. In the hospital, ceiling tiles blurred with memories. "Burned from within," I muttered, haunted. The heart monitor reset, fingers twitching on sterile sheets. Regret lingered bitterly, smoke clinging to lungs. Even here, shadows loom, I thought. Scars ran deep, etched in mind and memory. Safety felt distant, a white light obscuring the past. How long before normalcy returned? I mused on the path ahead. Outside, a future research site loomed. A scientists' conference whispered. A figure in a lab coat stepped into shadows, spectacles gleaming in twilight. An electronic billboard flickered ominously, future glitching. Dark laughter mumbled, credits rolling. The knowledge I've gained, I pondered, might have dire consequences. What had I set in motion? The implications rippled, a warning echoing through the building. Could it be undone? Or had a darker chapter begun?